Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope I'll be having a great Wednesday. Hope I'll be having a great week. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. And man, oh man, we got some wild, and I mean wild stuff to talk about and get into. And guess who it involves? The Nerds, being Vanderbilt, the Georgia Bulldogs, one of the best programs in college football the last 5, 6, 7 years, and a 5-star quarterback recruit. I'm sure a bunch of you by this point in time know this 5-star quarterback recruit. We've talked about him on the channel before. He goes by the name of Jared Curtis. Y'all remember us talking about him roughly a month ago, right? Where he was committed to Georgia, but he took a visit to Vanderbilt when College Game Day was there. And everybody and their mama, including me, thought, oh yeah, you know, he's just getting a free vacation, a free trip, whatever you want to call it, and he wants to experience the College Game Day atmosphere at Vanderbilt. Nothing too wrong with that, and he's from the state of Tennessee. But come to find out, there was way more substance to that than we thought. But here's where things got hectic. Yesterday, reports and rumors were coming out by social media outlets like On3 stating that he's flipping his commitment, but then he came out and stated, no, that's not true. So what's going on with Mr. Jared Curtis? We're here to talk about all that, and we also got some news to talk about involving, guess who? Vanderbilt again, but this time being their quarterback, Diego Pavia. Pavia's found his way into the news, and no, we're not here to talk about the Heisman Trophy race. Although we probably need to make a separate video talking about that, because Pavia, he's going up in my rankings, and I think he should be invited to New York. We got a lot of stuff going on in the college football world, so I need to hurry up, record, edit this video, and get it uploaded, because it's a National Signing Day, for those of you who don't know. I'm 99% sure there is chaos ongoing as to when I'm speaking and making this video in the recruiting world. As most of you know, we're on the push for 400,000 subscribers. Act like I gave you some corny and inspirational speech on why you should subscribe to the channel and help us get a little bit closer to our goal of 400K. Due to high demand, we have also created a community tab on the channel. All you gotta do is click on the channel and boom, it should be right there, and it should say something like visit the community. That is a safe place where you guys can talk football, crack jokes, or just do whatever you want to do. I think that's everything I needed to touch on. I may be forgetting something, but let's get into this Pavia stuff first. So where are we at here? I thought I had it saved. I have so many things saved. Anytime you hear me saying that, I'm just scrolling through trying to find it. Where are you at, Pavia? I know you're here somewhere. Oh, got it right here. This is from On3, and this is what Pavia had to say responding to the rankings that came out last night. For those of you that didn't see, Vanderbilt, they didn't move. They're ranked 14th, and they have what I'm going to label as a 0% shot at making this playoff. But come on. I told y'all that heading into the rankings, they're not making it. I wish they could. I wish Vanderbilt, Texas, Miami, and BYU could all get in. This is one of those years where we need more teams in. Last year, I felt like 12 was way too much, and it had me thinking, man, maybe we did add too many teams. But this year, I'm looking at it going, dang, we need a 16-team playoff. But obviously, you can't just change it mid-season. But don't tell Diego Pavia that, because here's what he said. I'm just going to read this off word for word. Vandy quarterback Diego Pavia is calling for President Donald Trump to sign, yeah, I'm just shaking my head, just, this is laughable, to sign an executive order to expand the college football playoff to 16 teams, quote unquote, and he added Donald Trump, I guess, in a tweet, make the executive order, please. Just act like I inserted the meme where it's Coach Prime grabbing Travis Hunter's shoulder, or the other meme where you're just grabbing someone's shoulder. Do y'all want to tell him, or do you want me to? Shaking my head, shaking my head. It's not happening, buddy. Not happening. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Pavia, but you need to come to terms with reality. You're not getting in. I hate it for you, but have fun in the Cinnamon Toast Crunch Bowl. I want to root for Vanderbilt because they're the Cinderella team and Cinderella program at that. But this makes it hard, too, when you see stuff like this. Does somebody want to enlighten or inform him? That's not how things work. I can't even get myself to speak on this for longer than what we have up until this point because it's not even anything to debate about. I mean, this isn't going to happen. I don't know how to dumb it down any more than that. It's not even a logical proposal. It's just dumb. Let's get a move on to topic number 2, which ironically enough involves Vanderbilt. So this young man you're looking at right here is Mr. Jared Curtis, prestigious 5-star recruit, 5-star quarterback recruit at that. Act like I hyped him up and talked highly about his game for about 1 to 2 minutes. We're just going to skip all that. You get it. He's the really Odilio. He's supposed to go to Georgia. That's where he originally committed. Well, there's been a lot of speculation, not just in the past 24, 48 to 72 hours, but the past month or two that he was considering Vanderbilt. There was in the announcement made that he was going to attend the Vanderbilt versus, who did they host for game day? I can't remember. Who was that? Wasn't Texas. That game was at Texas. Was it LSU? I'm not too sure, but that's really besides the point. Curtis, he went to the Vanderbilt game, and that had some recruiting analysts talking and whatnot. And I remember covering this situation like it was yesterday. I also vividly remember Curtis being asked about, hey, is there potential that you're going to be flipping from Georgia going to Vanderbilt? And he said, no, I'm just visiting. Nothing more to it. I am 100% committed to the Georgia Bulldogs. But as we all know, when a high school recruit says, oh yeah, I'm 110% committed to this school and program, you can take that with a grain of salt. It doesn't amount to a hill of beans. Anyways, getting back on track here, my 2 cents on Curtis visiting Vanderbilt on game day and just talking to him in the first place was, if you're a recruit and you have all the offers that he has, you at least got to be a little intrigued by Vanderbilt to even show up there. Because it's not like he had 2 to 3 offers and only a couple visits to go on, so you might as well go on every single visit you can. No, he has so many offers, so many visits he could go on, he can't even do them all. In my humble opinion, if you're using your free time, even though I get it, it's a paid for vacation, but you're going to visit a school, you at least got to be a little bit, just a little bit interested. And we talked about the pros and cons from flipping from Vanderbilt to Georgia. You go to Georgia, guess what? That quarterback room is going to be full of 4- and 5-star recruits. You're going to have to battle your way to the top. And even if you're doing really good, you may not win the job. Bare minimum, it's going to take 2 years to get that starting job at Georgia. Whereas, and this is the benefit of going to Vanderbilt, sure, you're not surrounded with 5-star offensive linemen, 5-star wide receivers, just 5-star everything, but you're going to be guaranteed the starting spot. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, as long as you're not terrible. But not only that, Georgia, they've made it clear, just like Alabama, they're not going to pay players to come to their school. If you perform and get sponsorships or NIL deals while you're there, that's different. But they're not directly paying players out of high school like teams of Texas Tech, Vanderbilt, and some of these other schools out there, Ohio State. And that's some of the leverage that Vanderbilt has, because they can promise a Jared Curtis, hey, you come here, you flip from Georgia, we'll give you $2 million. Is there risk there? Absolutely, because you're paying a kid a couple $1 million who hasn't even played a snap at the collegiate level. But if you're Vanderbilt, that's the risk you got to take. Because Georgia doesn't really need Jared Curtis. Vanderbilt, I wouldn't say they need him, but you get the point. Georgia has a plethora of 4- and 5-star recruits at the quarterback position to pick from. Vanderbilt does not. So I definitely thought there was some arguments for Curtis to flip from Georgia to Vanderbilt from that aspect, and any recruit in the situation to do what he did. It's not rocket science. It'd be great to go to Georgia because that is a red carpet to the NFL, and if you win the starting job, you're going to make millions of dollars in NIL. You're going to be playing with better players there. Iron sharpens iron. You go to Vanderbilt, we just talked about it. You're going to get some NIL money, and you're guaranteed the starting spot. Well, yesterday, On3 posted a graphic, it has since been deleted, of Jared Curtis flipping his commitment from Georgia to Vanderbilt. And had everybody and their mama talking. Of course, it's a big deal. I mean, you got a 5-star recruit leaving Georgia, going to Vandy. But then Jared Curtis himself went to Twitter and stated this. It has been deleted as well since he posted it, but I got a screenshot of it. Don't know where all this is coming from. Haven't had a chance to talk to either school yet. I'll keep y'all posted. Fascinating to say the least. You got On3, reputable source, saying Jared Curtis is flipping, but then Jared Curtis himself is saying, no, I haven't made a decision quite just yet. I don't know why people are saying that. What I think happened here is Jared Curtis wanted to announce it on signing day and shock the world, but whoever he was talking to, texting, he must have told them or something like that, and they wanted to break the news, and well, they broke the news. Obviously, as you can see right here, Curtis wasn't too fond of that, and he denied all of it, so it looked like, okay, he's not going to Vanderbilt, and he's staying at Georgia? What's going on here? Not too long after all that, he posted this on Twitter. This morning, I was really disappointed. I know it's super tiny, but that's how he posted it. To see some media put it out there that I flipped from Georgia to Vandy. I actually hadn't told anyone my final decision, not even my parents or agent. I wanted to talk to the coaches from both staffs after school and practice were over and have one last heart-to-heart with my family before making an announcement. Never had a chance, and that was really disappointing. I haven't said much the past couple months. Obviously, there's been a lot going on, but I just wanted to control what I could on the field and focus on winning another chip with my boys, and that's what we've been preparing to do so on Thursday. I do love Georgia. I love the coaches and players there. They have been so good to me and my family. I know they would do everything to help me be successful. They have been the best program in the country for a reason. The past year, it's where I wanted to be and definitely where my parents have wanted me to go. That's part of what makes it so hard. You try to make everyone who has been good to you and done so much for you happy, and when you can't, it sucks. But I gotta walk my path that feels right in my heart. At the end of the day, this has to be my decision. Being here in Nashville and seeing what Vandy has been doing this season has been amazing, and over the past few weeks, I felt more and more that I want to be a part of that, to be close to home, to play in front of my family and friends, and to be what I love to be, an underdog. I'm excited to be a door and excited to be part of building something here at home with Coach Lee. Rest of that's not really important. What's up with the underdog thing? You're a 5-star recruit, buddy. You're not an underdog. I'm joking when saying that. I don't know his life story. Maybe he is an underdog, but, 5-star recruits are definitely not classified as what I call underdogs. Getting back on track here on a serious note, you see it right there, read it and weep. He has flipped from Georgia to Vanderbilt. Like I said, whoever immediately reported that before he did, that's kind of a dirtbag move because I know what he was doing. He was wanting to wait until signing day. He's a Commodore. I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh, well, this is the right decision. This is the wrong decision. No, it's his life. It's not your life. It's not my life. It's not anyone's life but his. There's no right or wrong decision when picking when you play or where you want to play your college football at. Definitely wild time. Something I'm going to have to get used to. A 5-star quarterback has just flipped from Georgia to Vanderbilt. Let that sink in. And I don't think this is a one-time thing. I don't think it's a fluke. I think we're going to see more of this in the near future just due to Vanderbilt having so much money in the NIL department. Everybody thinks Vanderbilt's broke. Vanderbilt's not broke. They can compete with the big boys in NIL. To go on top of that, the selling point, the huge selling point there is, hey, we want the underdogs that are going to go all out so they can get those 3- and 4-star recruits. But also, you are guaranteed starting spots there. I don't care if you're an 8-star recruit. You're not guaranteed to start at an Ohio State, Alabama, or a Georgia. You are going to have to grind your way just to start there. Not to discredit Vanderbilt, but it is a much easier path to getting on the field there. And I think most athletes can attest to this. Yeah, you'd love to go to your dream school, your dream college, but not that means you got to sacrifice playing time. You want to play more than anything. So due to that reason, I think it's had a lot to do with not just NIL, but Georgia's quarterback room when you look at it compared to Vanderbilt's quarterback room. Big pickup for Vanderbilt. There's many more things I could say, but there's so much stuff we got to cover. I'm curious to know your thoughts down below. But